terrible music, but we always try to think of what we can do next. This is one of the main points in the Coldplay culture, which is realizing your mistakes, learning from them, and bettering yourself. And although I consider it more of a masterpiece rather than a mistake, that quote was on this. This is Coldplay's debut album, Parachutes. It was released July 2000 of the year 2000 from an English record label called Parlophone. It sold over 8.5 million copies, making it Coldplay's fourth best-selling album, behind Viva La Vida, which sold 10 million, X and Y, which sold 13 million, and A Rush of Blood to the Head, which sold over 15 million copies. It won, in 2001, it won a Brit Award for Best Album, for Album of the Year, and in 2002, a Grammy for Best Alternative Rock Album. It is certified 8 times platinum in the UK and 2-time platinum in the US, and it's also number 12 on the UK's list of top 20 albums of the century. This album is important to me because it was the first Coldplay album I ever purchased, and it contains one of the first songs that ever made an impact on me. This album is important because its contents outline the important points of the Coldplay culture. For the next few minutes, I'll shed light on the Coldplay culture by explaining the importance of the CD and its significance to me and why I identify myself with this culture. First, I'll explain the importance of this album. The cover features a globe, which was purchased for €10 in the UK, and this photo was originally taken on a disposable Kodak camera. The band was having a tough time deciding what to put on the cover, so this globe used to sit on Chris Martin's piano before they released Parachutes, when they did gigs before the release of Parachutes, and it was a main fixture in the Parachutes recording process, which is why they chose to feature it on the cover. I chose this particular object because it is the basis on which Coldplay culture was established. If this album didn't exist, it would be a completely different culture. And also, it outlines the important values of Coldplay culture, which is happiness, friendship, unity, self-expression. Which are all important values of the Coldplay culture. Having talked about the importance of this album, I'd like to talk about its significance to me and why I identify with myself with this culture. This culture is very inclusive. Almost everyone is very accepting of everyone and everything. You have a safe place to, no one threatens you, or you're not shunned for having an opinion or not liking the fact that apparently Chris Martin is now dating Jennifer Lawrence. You have a safe place to talk about the bass player's Guy Berryman's manliness, and the safe place to cry about Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin's recent divorce. Everyone is very connected and united, whether it be on social media like Tumblr and Instagram, or on the comment section of a Coldplay.com post. So I have not only found music that I believe to be as the best music in the world, but also a community of people that have the same values and beliefs as me. This album is important to me because it contains one of the first songs that have ever made an impact on me. I was at a friend's house one day, and she had her iPod on shuffle, and this song called Don't Panic started playing. So I asked her about it, I wrote it down, and I went home and bought it on iTunes for 99 cents. Back then I thought 99 cents was a lot of money for a song, so it was a big deal for me to spend that much money on a song when I could have easily downloaded it off some sketchy website. So at 13, 14, I was the typical my life sucks, everything's horrible type of teenager, and this song changed that for me. So this album means the world to me, which is why I think the cover is so appropriate. And although this album symbolizes that although life seems pointless at sometimes, you don't need to panic, because at the end of the day, as the lyrics state in Don't Panic, we live in a beautiful world. So now that you've learned about Coldplay culture, the significance of the CD and what my part in it, it's time to review what we've learned today. I hope that now that you've learned about the CD, you've gained a deeper understanding on this culture and what it represents. The most important thing I've learned from being in this culture is that you're never alone, as Chris Martin so beautifully sings, and don't panic. All that I know is that there's nothing here to run from, because here, everybody here has got somebody to lean on.